We're back! You mean we're back as in it's a new season of Preds fan reactions, right? Because don't go thinking that we're totally back after whatever that was last season.
Yeah. That's totally what I meant.
I saw that.
Before you fly off the handle, Johnny, take a deep breath. Does someone somewhere have a voodoo doll collection of this roster? As always, not helping. I guess the season's over.
So, you're just gonna sit in silence?
That was the plan.
Why does it say placed on waivers?
Nothing said. I have to talk about dumb moves and a Pets front office.
What the hell did I just watch?
Do I really need to be here for this at this point?
I'm not having flashbacks to Game 4 against the Canucks last spring.
At this point, Johnny, you can just splice together old intros.
Cutie intro.
Let Vincent take you home.
Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators start the season off on the right foot and on the back of a 37-save performance by one U.C. Soros, defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets Thursday night inside Bridgestone Arena. For those returning for the 7th season of Preds fan reaction videos, welcome back. For anyone new here, yes, PFR stands for Preds fan reaction videos. I am Johnny, this is my channel. I have been a die-hard Preds fan from Canada, no less, since day one of this team. And just before the turn of the decade, I decided to react to every Preds game, win or loss, no matter what it might do to my mental health. But fortunately, today, they start the season off on the right foot, so I can be happy. After the disaster that was last season, the Preds organization and the fans were hoping for some goodwill, some good luck to start the season off, and the Preds decided, after their last roster cuts of people being sent down to Milwaukee of the American Hockey League, to allow Brady Martin, their first round prized pick, 5th overall in the NHL entry draft this year, and it also contributed because of injuries that the Preds have right now, mostly Matthew Wood, that, hey, Brady Martin, you impressed us at camp. Let's see what you got at the NHL level. This doesn't mean that Brady Martin has made a team for good. The NHL allows teams to play rookies up to 9 games until they have to decide, are you going to stay with the club and eat that first year of your entry-level contract, or do you get to go back to junior at least for one more season before the team can decide to play you, say your junior season ends before your team that owns your rights do, or we'll wait until next year. So let's see what happens with Brady Martin through this game and possibly up to 8 more afterwards. For those who may not know, Brady Martin is the second youngest Preds draftee to make his debut with the Preds. He just missed out on setting a record, which is still held by Scott Hartnell, same age as me, by a month and a few days. Like I said, Matthew Wood's status being on the IR, and Luke Evangelista's contract status that wasn't settled till last Friday, and the fact that he doesn't have his visa because he is Canadian to play on a roster just yet, may have contributed to Matthew Wood getting his chance. Let's see what he does with it. Both teams are fresh to start the season, and it shows through the first few moments of the first period. Both of them trading chances, getting some good looks on each other's goalies. Then, just shy of 7 minutes into the opening of the Preds season, there's a rush into Columbus's zone. Michael Bunting gets a shot on goal that is stopped. The rebound comes right back to him, so Michael Bunting says, okay, let me try again. This time, he takes a shot, beats Jet Reeves, who is in net for Columbus for some reason over Elvis Merzlikins. If you're a Blue Jackets fan, you're going to have to explain this to me. But anyways, it's in, it's a good goal, and the Preds start the season off on the right foot with their first lead of the season, up 1-0. Then soon after, I hear that sweet, sweet organ from Crazy Cow, and yes, not only that, I'm watching this game on the Preds feed on center ice. All is good in the world, hockey is back. Now, you knew a Dante Fabro tribute was coming just around the first commercial break, but what was kind of maybe awkward, maybe for lack of a better term, this doesn't happen too often, was the fact that Dante Fabro was in the penalty box for it. Dante Fabro was in the penalty box for interfering with Michael Bunting, and Michael Bunting was in the penalty box for slashing Dante Fabro. I'd like to thank General Manager Barry Trotz once again for losing Dante Fabro for nothing. No, it wasn't just a matter of him trading him away and giving up on him too soon. No, fan favorite Dante Fabro, you put him on waivers expecting to sneak him down to Milwaukee and didn't think anybody would take him. Well, Columbus said thank you, and just so happens that we start the season off against him. Anyways, back to the game. Just about 4 minutes left to go in the first period. Severson for the Blue Jackets in the Pred zone from the point. Gets a shot off. Forsberg tries to get a piece of it. It goes towards the net. And Dmitry Vonderkov, I hope I said that right. This is the first time of me saying it in a Preds fan reaction video, I believe. Knocks it down, gets it past Saros, and the Blue Jackets have tied this game at 1. Not the sight I want to see after the first period of the season. But fortunately, the Preds are only tied, even though the Blue Jackets are out shooting the Preds by nearly a 2-1 margin. Preds continuing to tread water going into the second period as Columbus continues to dictate play, continues to take the edge in shots on goal. But Saros appears to be in the zone, has settled down, and at least for one period and a bit, doesn't appear to be his usual shaky self that he starts the season off with. Preds would receive a 5-on-3 opportunity, but couldn't score on either opportunity or either single one on its own. Though the other way, the Preds would end up having a perfect penalty kill for this game, including a Michael McCarron penalty that was a little errant. Hopefully he'll be better for it. Now, this game appeared to be destined to be tied 1-1 going into the second intermission when play is in the Pred zone. The Blue Jackets are pushing for that go-ahead goal and appear to have it as Matthew Olivier, yes, former Pred Matthew Olivier, is there on Saros' doorstep to bang it home, giving the Blue Jackets a 2-1 lead. But wait, hold up. The Preds want to challenge that for goalie interference, and soon after, Toronto would tell the officials on the ice, and the officials would relay it to everyone inside Bridgestone and to us watching at home that yes, it was goalie interference. You could see, don't try to read lips in case kids are nearby, but Matthew Olivier was ticked about this, claiming to be interfered with by the Preds defender. But the replay clearly shows that Matthew Olivier, while touched by the Preds defender, had enough time to get out of the way and not interfere with UC Saros' job of making the save. It was a good call. I don't know how many times this season I'll be able to say that Toronto made the right call, but for this game, they made the right call. So let's continue in the forward momentum of good officiating. Second period does conclude with these two teams tied. Hopefully it was just an outlier and the Preds can get the job done and can learn from this, especially with the road trip coming up that I'll touch on in the wrap-up of this video, that the Preds don't let themselves get outnumbered, because that's only going to hurt Saros' confidence. Brady Martin, who would finish the game off with no shots on goal and be a -1, he was earning his stripes early in the third period as he was driving towards the Columbus net on a rush and gets slashed and cross-checked a couple times. Nothing egregious to cause a penalty, but he was in there digging for rebounds, earning his teammates' respect. 2.5 minutes into the third period, Zach Aston Reese with a careless trip of defenseman Justin Barron, giving the Preds their fourth opportunity on the power play, and lo and behold, the Preds would keep the puck in the Blue Jackets zone for almost the entire duration of the Blue Jackets penalty, and they would need almost the entire duration of the Blue Jackets penalty because Zach Aston Reese is almost about to come back on the ice from the penalty box when Forsberg sets up Ryan O'Reilly down low in front, and he's able to go backhand roof daddy past Jet Reeves for Ryan O'Reilly, the Factor's first goal of the season, and the Preds retake the lead up 2-1. This lead seems to spark the Preds, give them some more spunk, as the Preds keep the clock going in the right direction, along with the shot clock going back in their favor. Fast forward to under 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Preds playing much better in this final 20 than it did in the first 40 minutes of the game. Under 3 minutes left to go, Preds looking for an insurance marker. Michael Bunting on a 2-on-1 with a no-look shot on goal at Jet Reeves, but the Blue Jackets goalie keeps his team in it. The Blue Jackets coach Dean Evison pulls Jet Reeves just over a minute left to go in regulation. Blue Jackets look to get that time marker, and they get close because under 20 seconds, Michael McCarron looks to get a clear. Sean Monahan gets his stick on it, but Saros is squared and right there for the save, probably his biggest in that final 60 seconds. Final seconds finally tick down. In this one, Preds win game 1 of their 82-game season by a final score of 2-1. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win. Contrary to last season, when they started the season off at home with a loss, followed by 4 more, and then down the hill they went. What they had going for them tonight was UC looked healthy, of course, and strong compared to last season when he missed the season opener. Scott Wedgwood didn't start off on the right foot, and it set the tail for the rest of the season last year. Not much else left to say in this game. It is just the first of the season. We got to get a few more under our belt before we get a gauge for what this team is going to be this year. They have one more home game Saturday against Utah before they go on a 4-game Canadian Thanksgiving road trip that won't bring them home until a week from Tuesday. Use that time to bond, boys, so that it'll come in handy during the Ides of March when we really see what this team might be by then, and if they're going to be active at the trade deadline, good or bad. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click a like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media and interact with me during every Preds game by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption, and tell your Preds friends that the season has started. But temper expectations, at least for now.